Yeah, I thought it'd be great if I had like, I have speakers, right? Like I have like a little clip that I can have a speaker. And I thought it would be great to have this video because I'm outside on my porch with a speaker. This is so annoying. I keep charging these things, but then by the following day they're uncharged. So it's like I have to like charge it and then remember to have the video like right then, but life doesn't work that way, right? Does your life work that way? Okay, anyway, hi, I'm Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of my children are still at home, and today I am just doing a little baby me type update, I guess. So much has gone on. I don't know, maybe so much didn't go on. It is stinking hot today. It was actually nice. It was rainy yesterday and it was a little cooler, and I thought maybe it would like cut that humidity. No, it is like sweltering. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, so baby, they have moved my appointments for my ultrasound to twice a week. Yes. I am going to the city, which is 2 hours one way, 4 hours round trip, twice a week. That takes a lot of time, that takes a lot of energy, that takes a lot of me. And it's really hard. But the baby's really small and they want to keep an eye on the baby and see just kind of what's going on. I want to sit back so you guys can come a little closer. So they just want to see what's going on. Anyway, twice a week, we've been doing that for like a week and a half now. It takes a lot, honestly, on my body to sit for that long. We live very remote, like I've shared before. So in that 2 hour stretch, there's no like places to get out. There is a porta potty, which sometimes I can stop at, because if there's like a trucker or people there, I usually don't stop at it. It's like one stall porta potty. I mean, not porta potty, outhouse. Anyway, most of the time we don't stop there, but there's really no place from here to there. It's not a highway, it's just a road. There's not very many alternatives. Like, you have to just drive on this road. Very long. So driving for 2 hours without stopping, yeah, it's hard. It's also hard on children who are used to having mom and whatever. So a lot of times I'm bringing a couple kids with me, depending on appointments. And then I bring one older person with me, so the older people will watch the younger kids as I have my appointment, and then we try to do something after, because honestly I struggle trying to drive there, go to my appointment, and drive home. When I'm sitting there doing nothing, I just want to go to sleep. Like, I have a busy life. I feel like I'm doing nothing on a very boring road, and I just feel really sleepy and I feel very sore. So it's better if I can get out and do something and then get back in the vehicle. So we've just been doing different things around the city on at least one of the days a week. So I'm trying to plan one of those days to be something where we do an activity. My house is sweltering and it's just as loud as outside, because we are canning, we are freezer prepping, we are doing a bunch of, and getting lunch. I think they stopped pretty much to get lunch right now. It is hot in the house. It's still hot out here, good golly. But yeah, I wish my speaker would work so I know that you guys can hear me okay, because the road is busy. Anyhow, I've been traveling that amount of time. I just don't know where else I can sit that would actually be semi-comfortable. So I've been traveling twice a week. I try to plan one visit to be with all the kids, and then usually the other visit, Sweet Pea always comes with me. Last week we spent, oh my goodness, we had 4 appointments, because I did my diabetes testing as well. And so I did ultrasound, chiropractor for somebody else, diabetes appointment for myself, like the glucose test, and then Sweet Pea had a 2.5-hour appointment in the afternoon, where she got her Omnipod. So now she's getting her insulin from the Omnipod, which is good, but it is a learning curve for sure. And then we go back in 2 weeks to do the same thing, so we can like reevaluate all that type of stuff. And that appointment will be about 2.5 hours. Yeah. Anyway, lots of appointments, lots of stuff going on. So I am going to see my midwife every 2 weeks. I am going for ultrasounds twice a week, and I get growth scans every 2 weeks to see how big the baby's growing. So at the ultrasound itself, they basically are checking to make sure that the blood flow is okay from the placenta to the baby. The baby is doing practice breathing. Trying to think what else they do. They measure the fluid, the amniotic fluid that I have. Yeah, that type of stuff. Anyway, so that's what they do. It doesn't take very long most of the time. Practice breathing doesn't always consistently happen, so sometimes they have to wait a little bit to see, and then go back to see if he is doing his practice breathing. But every time he's gotten an 8 out of 8, which is wonderful. Truly a blessing. Me, I feel not so great. I have been struggling a lot physically. I'm trying to get, my midwife is on vacation, and I'm trying to get a referral to the chiropractor, because if I stand for too long, my back is killing me. Like just extremely, like I'm struggling standing for more than like 15 minutes, to be honest. And that is hard. It's really hard. Like we ended up like pulling a cart, like with a, you'll see we went to King's Landing, and we ended up bringing a carriage that had like I brought like a folding chair in there. Thankfully, they actually had lots of benches and stuff, so it wasn't too big of an issue, but like I had to keep sitting because I can't handle like standing at all. It's just ridiculous. So anyway, they say I have to do all this stuff. I went into the office, and my midwife is on vacation until next week. And so they said I had to do this through like a portal. They were going to put whatever through, and then I'd be contacted through this portal. So I get contacted through this portal, and because it's a group of midwives and OBs and stuff like in this one office. So this lady, midwife, OB, whatever, not my one that I usually use, she got on and asked if I was looking for a referral. I confirmed yes, I was looking for a referral. Then she got back and she said, well, what's going on? And I explained to her like the pain I'm having in my back, and some days it like, if I do stand too long, it like radiates up into my neck, and can cause some bad headaches, like a tension headache that's like up like in your neck. So I explained all that. So then she says, have you been to a chiropractor before? So then again I message back and I say, yes, I've been to a chiropractor before. Usually I go to a chiropractor during pregnancy. And she said, who do you usually use? So I gave her who I usually use. And I gave her like a link to them. I gave email addresses, that type of stuff, if she wanted to like email them directly. And then the last message that I got, which was 4 days ago now, was, are you sure you need a referral? And so I wrote, yes, it's been, because my daughter is, last time I went was when I was pregnant with my last daughter, and it had been too long since I have been to the chiropractor. So I explained, yes, I needed a referral. This is what I was told from the place, and I need a referral to be seen. And nothing. So then the other day I went in because I had to go in for my ultrasound anyway. I stopped in to ask the office, like if they knew anything or whatever, and they said that they would put a note into her. Still, now it's 2 days later, still haven't heard anything. Now I do have an appointment on Monday, so I'm going to request something right then, Monday, hopefully. And then, obviously I'll probably have to schedule out for a referral from my chiropractor or whatever. Oh my goodness, it's so frustrating. Anyway, it has been frustrating because it's really put a challenge, even more of a challenge, into my physical being, right? I was already having a hard time, I think because of the humidity. Just like after I'm out and about for a little bit, I really need to lay down for a little bit, like just on my side, even if it's for like 10 minutes, because I struggle. I'm struggling like breathing from that. So I usually do not have, it sounds so weird, like I usually do not have very many problems in pregnancy. Besides, in the beginning, I usually end up getting really morning sick. This pregnancy has been a lot different. So it's been different in a lot of different ways. So anyway, it's really difficult to try to plan and organize and do when you're struggling with all these things. And I live a lifestyle that you don't just stop. You can't just, oh, I don't feel good, you stop homesteading. No, you just try to manage it the best that you can. You try to delegate things the best you can. You try to be part in things that you can be part in. You try to do the things you can do, or do them like, oh, I've been using that chair like in the kitchen as far as canning, and for a little bit I can do that because it swivels back and forth, and so I've been doing some of that. If I am like sitting kind of like sideways, laying, I've been trying to either do schoolwork type stuff with the kids, read aloud. I'll usually, when we're doing our Bible, I'll usually like be in that position. I'm trying to think what else. I've been crocheting. I'm trying to crochet a blanket for the baby, and I picked such like fine things. It's taking a while for me to get that crochet project done. I'm probably maybe like a fourth done, maybe a third, I don't know. I have 2 balls. I haven't even used the first ball. Yeah, just trying to do what I can, like the way that I am. And I think the hardest thing is just mentally, because I'm just used to doing so much, and that's hard. A lot of times it was like, okay, I'll do this and then I'll clean this, and it's just hard. It's hard. It's also hard, like in our household, not everyone like sees mess. I do. If I lived by myself, my house would be spotless. I see mess. And some people don't. It doesn't bother them at all. My husband, it does not bother him. In early marriage, I had to decide what was best for our marriage and for us and for him. Good nutritious food, good filling meals was important to him, way more important to him than a clean house. And he doesn't even notice if the house isn't clean, honestly. He'd probably just step over a pile of stuff and keep on trucking. Which lately, it's been like that. Not stuff, but stuff that needs to get canned. Like the other day I had like 5 crates of like apples all around and whatever, and it was getting worked on. But just one thing, Eden did get on her Omnipod, so that's working out okay. I need to change it today. I want to change it a couple times and then show some of the older kids how to do that. I've been trying to work through with the older kids how to use some of her other equipment, like training, that type of stuff. Trying to think. Yeah, I am I'm trying to think. I know I'm over 30 weeks. It's funny how like your first baby, you end up like being like, I'm this many weeks with this many days and this many hours. And now I'm like, oh, I don't know. So each week, basically, when I go in, they're just making sure that the baby is safer on the inside rather than the outside. So we also, it's hard to like actually plan for that. It's hard to plan like in your household for that as well. So I'm just trying to get as much done as I possibly can each day, which can be a struggle. But I want to have things done and in place, or else they won't get done. So we're just working on it. So this week is going to be we're doing the Every Bit Counts challenge. Lila, Lila. Lila, come here. Come here. We have someone who goes over to, come here, good girl, that goes over to our neighbor's house. It kind of hangs around our neighbor's house that, I don't know, there's something different that our dog doesn't really particularly like. So, yes, don't kiss me. Okay, go. Thank you. She stinks. Oh, she needs a bath. Yes, we'll give her a bath. It was like, she kind of smells like wet dog. Yeah. We had so at nighttime, she's outside. She actually has like a huge area and quite a few buildings that she can be in overnight, but she's actually protected our animals from so many predators. We've had like coyotes come up and like kill our pig, or just like eat our piglets, like almost right in front of our face. We had a fox come into the yard, even with fencing, come into our yard, and like literally we watched him like pick up ducks and like take the ducks away, like out of our yard in the middle of the day around our children. So Lila, our dog, has pretty much like free range over the area so that everyone's protected, and she has some cozy spots throughout a couple buildings. But no, last night she decided that she was going to get herself all wet. Didn't seem to bother her. Apparently God gave her a good coat to be able to do whatever, but now she smells like wet dog. Yuck. Anyway, she probably needs a bath anyway. It's been a couple weeks. So, yeah, that's about it for the baby. I don't know what else I can say. I think that it's just taking it day by day. I think sometimes it's hard when people are either too encouraging or too discouraging. Like, we kind of know how we're hopeful, right? We're hopeful that this baby comes out and is able to be with us a while. We're very hopeful for that. But we also know that we could be in the NICU a while. We also know that we could potentially like be planning a funeral. We know all these things, and it's hard like to have your brain like in so many different places because you don't know which direction to focus most of the things on, if that makes sense. So we've just really kind of trying to figure things out. In September, we may be needing to go 3 times a week. And that potentially is really hard. I don't know if I don't know. I might end up trying to see if I can find like a campground and then camp some of the days out of the week. My husband's zone is still like in this zone, so we're just trying to figure out what's going to be best because it's really difficult. And in September, we'll also be like missing some people from our household here and there. But the baby also gets sick. So I don't know that bringing the baby 3 times a week, driving 3 times a week for 2 hours and just letting her, like, which is pretty much like every other day, and letting her just vomit each time is going to be the most healthy solution either. So we're trying to navigate that as well. Trying to think ahead but stay in the present at the same time. I'm sure you guys have had seasons in your life that are like that. So for now, we're just trying to do whatever we can around the homestead, and we are thankful for each day that I'm thankful for each day that I get to carry this baby, and every ultrasound appointment that they say, your baby's better in your tummy. Yes, excited for that. Y'all have a great day.